Hi, welcome back to another episode of Game, Set and Chat. Here we talk about the Australian Open. And I'm Yoni Curtis.
And I'm Robert Curtis, and I'm so pleased to be back for the episode just before the Australian Open kicks off officially tomorrow, early morning our time here in Israel. Yoni, I think we had the opening ceremony that was during the course of today, and one of the all-time greats, Federer, was back on court, and some other legends.
Yep, that was amazing.
Great to see Federer there. He's such a gentleman, so classy. And you and I often talk about our own backhands because I play with a one-handed backhand because I just like the swing that I can get from it. And you play differently to me, and you don't like the one-handed backhand, right?
No, I'm fine with the one-handed backhand, but I play two because you hit it stronger.
You hit it stronger, and you probably have a bit more control of where to direct it, maybe.
Yep.
But in my day, we never had the two-handed backhand. It just wasn't a shot that anyone taught. It was always one-handed, and Federer was the best at the one-handed backhand, really just a beautiful glide through. So that's great. But we've also had some people withdrawing from the tournament, particularly on the men's side. I know that we've seen Kyrgios drop out of the men's singles. He's still going to play in the men's doubles. But who are the other names that have dropped out?
I think Holger and Berrettini, I think. Matteo, and I think there's another player.
Tommy Paul has also dropped out, and going into the tournament, obviously we know that Draper pulled out at last minute, but some big names there. I mean, Holger is a great player. If he had the right coaching team around him, he's got a great career ahead of him, but he's been troubled. And Berrettini, also great player, big hitter, but hasn't really been able to stay on the round through the year, has he?
No, he's not that good of a player. Like, he might be at the top level, like the top seed, but he's not that good of a player. He doesn't play good. He doesn't really get to a lot of finals, semi-finals.
Yeah,
he's like a normal player.
Definitely not that consistent. And also Kokonakis is also out as well.
Yep, Kyrgios' doubles partner. They're like best friends. They hang out all the time.
Very good. Okay, so that's the opening ceremony. We talked about who's withdrawn, and let's look at who could meet who, because the draw is obviously out. The first round kicks off tomorrow. There's no huge matches that already are standing out. But if we just take the men's draw, Jon, first of all, it's nice to see Dimitrov back. I can never remember his first name, whether it's Igor or something like that. Igor Dimitrov.
Oh, no,
Igor Dimitrov, that's right. I can never remember his name.
Yeah.
But do you remember we were watching him play Sinner, and he had him in Wimbledon?
Yeah, and the serve.
He just ripped his arm as he was serving, and he was 2 sets up, and the whole year could have been different.
Yeah, you could have beat Sinner.
He'd beaten Sinner. He was a few games away, and the whole Wimbledon would have gone to probably Alcaraz. So nice to see him back because he's a great player and a great guy on the tour. But some interesting battles, and I want to give you the road into the final for the top three of Sinner, Alcaraz and Djokovic, because there's some hell of some tennis to play, and I want to get your reaction. So if Novak is going to get all the way to the final, he's going to have to beat Musetti in the quarters. He's going to have to beat Sinner in the semis, and then potentially play Alcaraz if he goes all the way to the final. What's your reaction, first of all, to Novak's journey in? Can he do it?
So if he plays Musetti in the quarterfinals, yeah.
Yep.
So if he plays Musetti, it's going to be probably a 4-set match, and it'll be 7-6, 6-5, no, 6-4. And Musetti's a great player. I think he also has a one-hander backhand. And yeah.
He's a good player, but I think for Djokovic, he's got to try and win as many matches as possible in 3 sets.
No, Djokovic will definitely beat Musetti.
He'd have to beat Musetti, and then he plays Sinner in the semi if Sinner can get all the way. But Sinner's got a journey in himself. And then I just tell you who Sinner's got to play, because he's got to play Fonseca, who's the new up-and-coming talent, who we think is going to join Alcaraz and Sinner in the sort of top 3 over the next few years. But then Sinner would have to play Shelton, then Novak, and then Carlos. 4 huge games. And Sinner obviously is world number 1. He won 2 of the slams last year. What do you think about that journey in? Some big, big matches if he's going to be able to get to the final.
So first of all, we'll take out Novak. He can definitely beat Novak easily.
Really? You think Novak won't get past Sinner?
No.
Don't make me upset.
Also me. I really want Novak to win.
Tough for Sinner as well, but yeah, go on. He can beat Novak.
So Novak's out. Joao Fonseca, he's a really good player. Sinner could beat him easily. And Ben Shelton, big server. I think he could beat him.
I think Fonseca and Shelton could definitely give Sinner a run for his money. And there's always an upset in these tournaments. And maybe this is the route that Novak needs without Sinner in it.
Yeah,
Sinner dropped before.
Novak Djokovic can definitely beat Ben Shelton, Joao Fonseca. He can definitely beat them.
Well, on the other side of things, though, is Mr. Spanish, Mr. Carlos Alcaraz. And he also has, a hard journey in. He could meet de Minaur, who's your prediction to win it in the quarterfinals. And then if he beats de Minaur, then he has to play Alexander Zverev, the German. And then if he took Sinner or Novak or one of the others through in the final. What do you think of Alcaraz at the moment? New coaching team, but de Minaur, Zverev, and to get to the final. Can he do it?
So Alcaraz has been playing really great. Obviously, he hasn't had Carlos Ferrero. That's going to be a big change for him. He plays who?
He'd have to play de Minaur, Zverev.
Okay. And if he plays de Minaur, I think de Minaur would beat him because de Minaur has the crowd.
We know the crowd is such a big play. The crowd is so important in that.
And obviously, it's the Australian crowd. They're massive. They're like crazy. So probably the whole crowd would be on him. Alcaraz, I think, would lose.
Interesting. So you're expecting a few big upsets in this tournament if you're going for de Minaur. And look, from my perspective, my predictions probably are the same. I think Sinner's still going to class it out and maybe win this, but my heart is all with Novak to see if he can go and get that 25th Grand Slam. Are you sticking with your prediction, Yoni?
Yep.
That's a big money prediction, Yon. I love it. I love the aggressiveness. All right, so let's look at the women's because the women's is also really exciting. Who are the big guns at the moment, first of all?
Sabalenka, Anisimova, just came back, Swiatek and Goff.
Yeah, absolutely. And their run-ins, I mean, if I give you what their potential run into a final could look like, I'd love to get your reaction. So Sabalenka, who obviously we really are big supporters of her. We just love her passion and energy when she's on the court and the big hitting player. But she's got an interesting run in. So first of all, she's got to play potentially Emma Raducanu, the US Open Grand Slam winner from the UK. Great player. She played her in Wimbledon last year. So she'd have to take her on in the third round. She'd then have to take on another Grand Slam winner, potentially, Paolini, and then Goff in the semis, and maybe a Swiatek final. I mean, obviously all of this is guessing at this stage, but that's not easy. And we know that Sabalenka suffers from mindset issues when she's not in that phase. What do you think about, first of all, her run-in?
So if she plays Paolini and Raducanu, obviously Paolini is like not that big on court. She's like pretty small on court. She's not like someone that is like really good all time. Sabalenka would beat her easily, like maybe like an hour and a half match. And then Raducanu, I think she's really good. I think Raducanu would win. I don't know why. I have that feeling.
Well, look, if she plays Raducanu, she plays Raducanu before Paolini. So it'll be interesting to see if she can get past Raducanu, because then the whole draw changes. But if we look at her, I guess, biggest rival at the moment in women's tennis is probably Swiatek. And she has got a nightmare of a round running to the final. Let me give you the names of who she has to beat, potentially, to get all the way to the final. You're not going to believe this. She'd have to play Naomi Osaka in the round 4, then Rybakina, then Anisimova, and then to take the title, if it goes this way, Sabalenka in the final. I mean, wow.
That's like, wow.
If you beat all those people, you deserve to probably win the Australian Open.
Yeah. Wait, who does she play in the first, fourth round?
So Osaka. Osaka would be the first one. What do you think about her? She's been playing well last year in her comeback, really.
Yeah, so she played well, I think, in the US Open.
In the US, yeah.
Yeah, she played really well. I think she beat
She got to
Swiatek,
the
I think.
semis. Yeah, and she got to the semis and she was played excellently. And then
Yeah.
if she beats Osaka, then she plays Rabaikina.
Like, same Rybakina. She's like an Anisimova / Sabalenka. She has good mindset, not all the time. Like, no one has good mindset the whole time.
True.
And Rybakina, I think she would lose because she's not a big player. And then if she plays Anisimova, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if it all goes to plan and these predictions play out, she plays the American Anisimova, who's fabulous as well. Great personality on court, big power hitter.
Yeah, so obviously with Anisimova, she just came back on tour after going to university, I think.
Yeah, she lost her father. She went back to university. She took time out from tennis, came back at, I think it was last year or the year before. Yeah, last year's
Yes.
tour. And she got to the final of Wimbledon, but lost terribly and then fought back in the US Open and did really well.
Yep. So Anisimova, she's also like a Sabalenka, but better, I think. I think she's better than Sabalenka.
I think you're right. She could go, she's only 24. She's got massive potential.
I think she will be one of the best in women's tennis. And if she plays Swiatek, she will definitely win.
And then I don't know what her run-in is, but Coco Gauff, she would have to play Sabalenka in the semi-finals, I think. So we're not going to see them take on each other in the final. That will be a big game. I mean, Coco Gauff is coming into this sort of rebuilt. She's done a lot of work on body and muscle and also her serve, which really let her down last year. I don't know if you remember in the US Open, she was just serving double fault after double fault after. It was embarrassing at one point. I was like, I could do better than this. So yeah, like it's very, very exciting.
She played at Wimbledon and she lost in the first round, I think.
Which is what could happen here. There's always an upset in the first round or the second round. The people that you expect to go all the way, there can be an upset. And I'm just super excited. I'm just upset that all of this kicks off at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning our time. So we'll have to catch it before school and before work and catch up with the highlights through the day.
We should stay awake.
We should just take 2 weeks off and just watch it all and live on Australian time.
Yep, I think we should do it. That wraps up another episode of Game, Set and
Chat.
Yeah, see you tomorrow for the highlights of the first round.